What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'll be talking about probably one of the most realist videos that I've ever made. Or at least one of the realest videos I ever make. So, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about how everyone really wants to be great. Thinking about how everyone really wants to feel like they're enough. Feel like what they do is enough. Feel like how they move is enough. Who they are as a person is enough to somebody else. And I'm thinking, like, you know, most of the time when people go through life, you're like, man, I really want to be able to be in a position where I can live comfortably, where I can be able to be the romantic partner that this person wants me to be. I can be able to be this great worker, you know, at my job that this person wants me to be. That way I can be able to start making more money. But then, like, on the back end, a lot of people are like very sad and very depressed about how life is. You know, you go to work, you go outside, you put on a smile, you start looking like you're the best and the nicest person on earth, right? And if you're one of those people, you're probably also one of those people that try to be nice to people just so they don't feel the way you feel, you know, so that they don't feel excluded, so that people don't feel lonely, so that people can be able to smile, because it gives you power to be like, let me make someone else smile today, you know, because I know what it's like to not smile. I know what it's like to have a bad day. I know what it's like to want to, you know, not even come into work today. I know what it's like to be able to be in a position or in a headspace where you don't even want to be here, right? And you're like, man, I want to be able to be that blessing for someone. And, you know, I just want to say to the person that is struggling, to the person that's going through life, you know, you got this. You are one of those people that are literally built to be able to overcome anything. You're that person that's like, okay, look, you're strong. You're stronger than you think. Let me say that. You're stronger than you think. You're one of those people that is actually smarter than you think. Just because you're around people that proclaim that they're smarter than you or that are doing better than you doesn't mean that they always are. A lot of people, they have their insecurity behind a lot of their success and what they try to do, and, you know, being able to talk to the haters and, you know, whatever that really looks like. And there's nothing wrong with being confident in what you do, because there's always haters for what you do. But there's also different when people start pushing down on you just so they can lift themselves up. And, you know, whenever you start talking to people and they're like, oh, okay, like, you know, that's why I got a raise, or that's why I'm on a salary and you're just on an hourly, you know, that's why I'm more fit than you are, you know, whatever the case is that people start trying to judge you and hate on you for, you start understanding that, like, these people are the same type of people that have to go through their insecurities and understand who they really are. Because, like, for you right now, you're understanding who you are. Right now you're understanding that, you know, life is actually life in me right now. I have these bills I need to pay. I got this, I got these taxes I need to pay back. I got college loans. I got car payments. I got rent due. I'm trying to work overtime. I got kids. I got things I got to worry about. And you're in a position where you're like, man, I'm struggling, right? I don't even like my job. I'm just doing it just so I have money. I'm doing it so I'm in a position where I don't have to truly be broke. I'm doing it so I can be able to take care of my lifestyle. And you start feeling all this type of pressure on yourself that you're like, I don't know what it's gonna really take for me to get out of this situation. But I'm here to tell you that you're stronger than you think you are. You're better than you think you are. And you're gonna be in a position that you've always wanted to be in. It's just gonna take a little bit more work. It's gonna take a little bit longer than what it took for some people. And at the same time, I can't even say that, because everybody has different paths. Everyone has their struggles and have always had their setbacks. The difference with them is that they use their setback to move them forward and not just let them quit. And so whenever you're sitting there and you're thinking about, okay, well, what is it that I really want to do? What is it that I really want to accomplish? Where do I see myself in 5 years? Where do I see myself whenever I start actually working on the things that I want to work on? Think about overcoming yourself. Because when you overcome yourself, you can overcome your own mental space. You start overcoming your own physical space. The days you don't want to go to the gym, you're like, man, but I don't like being fat. So am I going to stay am I going to stay on the couch? Am I going to stay in bed today? Or am I going to get in the gym? You overcome the mental side of you, because the mental is what really drives the rest of you. You know, physical, you're like, oh, I'm tired. You know, oh, I broke my leg. I broke my arm. You know, I broke whatever. And so, like, physical, to a degree, will, you know, hinder you from where you want to be. But if you're also capable of doing the physical things, then it becomes mental at that point, you know, to get up on time, to get out of the house on time, to be able to go to the kitchen and make breakfast, to be able to not be eating out all the time. It's all decisions that you're making every single day, all the time. Literally, you watching this video and still staying here is a decision. And it's like, to be thinking about what it is that you really want to move forward with, what it is that you want to really grow in, you have to understand that you have to overcome your mentality, because the mentality is where it all starts, right? You could be sitting here and be like, man, I feel so. You could be sitting here and be like, man, I feel so down today. I don't want to do anything. Today's my off day. You know, whatever the case is, right? I want to stay in bed today. But what does that really do for you? At the end of the day, you're gonna be sitting there and you're gonna be thinking, man, how to get better today? And if it doesn't matter to you, that's one thing. You feel like, oh, I don't really care. Like, I'm gonna sit on the couch. I'm gonna eat my chips and watch my show. That's one thing. But if you're one of those people that's like, man, I need to get better today, and you didn't, it's gonna hit you, and you're gonna be like, what did I do to get better today? Because sitting on the couch and eating chips and watching shows and, you know, being on my phone, being on TikTok all day, that has done literally nothing for me. And so when you come to those points and you're like, okay, I know I need to do better, I know I need to move better, then that's mentality. That's what a lot of people don't understand. If you're that person that is struggling and you're like, man, I really wanna change my life, right? Then that's where it starts. And everyone knows this mentality, but they don't want to do what it takes. Like, you already know it's mentality. You know that you have a weaker mentality than some people. Sometimes you have a stronger mentality when it comes to other things. But what the thing is that it starts with your mental. And when it comes to you, you have to hold yourself accountable. A lot of people don't do that either. You don't even hold yourself accountable. You're waiting for someone else to come over there and get you out of the bed. You're waiting for someone else to come over there and tell you, hey, you need to get your numbers up. Hey, you need to come out here and you need to start, you know, putting in the work that you actually talk about. Hey, I need you to come in and I need you to start doing these certain things to meet these certain requirements. And you're waiting for this handout of a person to come over and tell you what you're supposed to be doing. And to be honest, that's a weak mentality. You're waiting on someone else to come over and tell you what you're supposed to be doing, especially if you're an adult or if you're a young adult. You're waiting on someone else, like they're your parent, to be like, hey, come on, let me grab your hand. Come on, let me take you step by step. Let's cross the street. You know, if that's the stuff that you're waiting for, you're the type of person that's going to end up very weak-minded. For you to have to be able to go out there and do your own thing, to be able to go out there and excel in the things that you want to really do, you have to be stronger in your own mentality to be able to overcome the things you don't want to do. And that's where it really starts at. You know, right now, I understand a lot of people, they feel like, you know, oh, I'm in this place where I'm so down. Right? Life is life in me, right? Life is not going the way that I thought it was going to go at this age, in this point of my career. I didn't get this certain raise. I have so many kids. I got so many bills. I'm behind on this, you know, and a lot of people are always having some type of point finger type thing. A lot of people always want to blame somebody. You end up coming to your job and you're like, man, I wish my manager wasn't like this. You know, you end up coming to your kids and you're like, man, I wish my kid wasn't like this. You know, I wish she behaved better. I wish that she would be able to listen to me a little bit better. Or it could be simple stuff. It could be like, why is the cost so high at the grocery store? Why do I got all these bills? Why do I got to worry about paying debt? Why do I got to worry about taxes? Why I got to worry about interest? Why I got to worry about blank, blank, blank? And it's always blaming, pointing fingers. But if you just learn to maneuver and to actually overcome the things that you actually want to do, life is going to life you all the time. I'm going to tell you this. Life is going to life you all the time, because eventually something's going to happen. Someone's going to pass away. Something's going to happen to your car. You might get in an accident. You might have a flat tire. You know, all of a sudden your kid, they want to start acting up in school. That's out of your control. What you need to focus on are things that are in your control. Okay, cool, you ain't get a raise yet? Work harder, because potentially to happen is you might end up working harder. You might be able to be in a higher position. You might be able to become management. Let's say you don't want to become management. People see you as a hard worker and they want to put you in a good position where you can actually be able to excel. You know, that's why I always talk about connections. Connections is so crucial, because you end up being that person that's negative and that's, you know, draining everybody's energy, no one's gonna want to be around you and want to recruit you to their, into their life. But if you're the person that's like, yeah, I want to be better, I want to be able to be someone, I want to be able to grow, I want to be around good people, I want to be around people that make money, I want to be around good families, I want to be around, people that have the same values that I do, then you will actually meet people that will actually value the same things you do. I'm saying all this to say that literally, I know what it's like to be in that position where you're like, man, I gotta wake up, I gotta roll out of bed, and I gotta go on about my day to day. Today's gonna be tough, but I gotta get up and I gotta do it. I think everyone has been there. Life happens, and it's gonna continue to keep happening. The real question is, what are you gonna do about it? Because life is gonna keep happening, life is gonna keep moving, unexpected things are gonna happen, and the only question that you can ask yourself at the end of the day is, what am I or what can I do about this? And if there's something you can do about it that's gonna change the outcome, go for it. But if there's something that's out of your control, then you have to learn how to deal with that. You have to learn how to deal with the things that you don't always expect. And being that person that wants to motivate, and I want to inspire people, and I want to be able to, help people understand the different perspectives of life. I also understand the perspective of life where you don't want to get out of bed, and where you don't want to wake up, when you don't want to interact, right? You don't want to go outside, you want to stay in your room, you want to be in your own circle. You don't want to really, go out and start making people laugh because you feel like you're giving away fake happiness. You're not actually being you, right? You really want someone that's gonna let you be their shoulder to cry on, and instead you're out here trying to make people laugh and you're trying to make people happy when you're not even happy internally. I know what that's like. But what you also have to understand is you can always be that blessing for someone else the same way that you really want that blessing to be for you. And that's so crucial. That's so crucial because people look forward to people they can be able to make happy. That's what life runs on. Everyone's looking for love, everyone's looking for a relationship, everyone's looking for connection. Why? Because they're looking for that person that can make them happy. If you could be that person just to be like, hey, give them a compliment, keep it moving. Hey, I like how your glasses look today. I don't know. You'd be like, man, I like how your earrings are. That's a really nice color on you. I like red, right? Oh, you like red too? Is the red because you like the Chiefs, or are you a football fan? Or, people love to talk about themselves. You just have to give them a reason to smile. And eventually, you impacting people and making people happy will make you happy because you feel like you have some type of value in people's life. You have some type of joy that you bring to people. You have some type of impact that you bring to people, and it's actually going to change you over time. So me talking from experience, knowing what it's like being in a position that you're in right now, if that's you, I also know what it's like to be able to impact people and tell them it's going to be okay. And at the end of the day, all you can do is be in control of you and move forward with what you can do. It's really that simple. It is really that simple. Be in control of you and change your outcome, and you'll see the things that you can actually reward from that. That's really all I got for y'all. This is really a mixed video, and I really want to keep it real with you because I feel like most of the world right now, they're trying to be people pleasers. They're trying to be people that want to impact the world, but they also want to be able to do their own thing. A lot of people aren't as happy as they seem to be. A lot of people try to give off this facade that they're successful or that they're supporters, and they're not always who they say are. It's who they say they are. So I think this will hit the right people, and if this really hits you, then I'm glad that you got to watch this video because, like I said, this is probably one of the realest videos I'm gonna make, to be honest. So this is really all I got for y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll catch y'all later. Gone.